class for today. So today our topic is about deployment. Okay, what we are going to do? So we are going to deploy a web application on a Tomcat server. So on which server we are going to deploy? Up to now we have seen deployments on HTTP server, Nginx as well same. If you see on this one, what we call it is on Kubernetes as well as on Docker. Have you seen the Nginx deployment there? How to take Nginx image and do deployment? HTTP done, Nginx done, and now we are seeing the Tomcat. Along with Tomcat, we have something called as IAS web server. I'll tell you at the later. Okay. So here, I will maintain a clear clarity of this deployment. What I'm going to do is, actually I have prepared this document for you. Okay. If you follow these steps one by one, your deployment process will be very easy to complete. Okay. Everything I have written on the document, I will upload this document to your Google Classroom at the end. So here I am going to deploy web application. What I'm going to deploy? Okay. On which server? On which server? Tomcat server. Okay. Let them sit first of all. Is there any space behind there? Okay. Okay. Let them sit here. Are you able to see that screen? Okay. Perfect. Lock chesandi. Okay. So what will be your step number 1 here? Launch to instance. One is master setup. Second one is, and the thing is, remember, you need to have 8080 port enable. What you need to have? Because on one server we are installing Jenkins. Another we are going to install Tomcat. Okay. Both Jenkins and Tomcat will going to run on 8080 port. But if you want to change that port to 8081, you can change it. Okay. But we never do this on real time. We mostly use 8080 port for the Tomcat. So I need to use the same key pair as well as it is the 8080 port. So first of all, let me log into my console here. Wait a second. So let me connect to the AWS console. You know the master and slave setup, right? Same setup we are going to do now. How many instances we want? So I'm going to make it 2 here. So I'm going to use AMI only, like this Amazon AMI, and key pair. I'm going to use same key pair for this both. Okay. So don't use me as the key pair. Coming to network security, here I need to give all traffic. Click on all, launch instance. Okay. If you go to the documentation, is step number 1 clear for you? Perfect. What is your step number 2? So while creating 2 instances, make one of them as master and other one as slave. Okay. Like let's take is Swiggy client. Okay. It is Swiggy server. Let's take it. So I'm going to rename it. I'll give test case after this at the end. Okay. So listen carefully. If you perform the test case, you will be able to do whatever deployment you want. Okay. First one is my master. Second one is my Swiggy server. Okay. Let's take it as Swiggy server. So I'm going to connect to the master now. Sorry. So log into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is Jenkins setup. So what you need to do first? Go to jenkins.io. Copy this both from here. What does this first command mean actually? we are getting this repository from this link onto our etcm repos. Second one is getting the importing the key. Okay, like what are the Jenkins key you are having, you are going to get that key. Package already you are having, but you are going to import the key for it. But in the begin, use sudo m update. Are you able to see the screen clearly? Is it visible for all of you? Or if you want me to increase size, I can increase a bit. Do you want me to increase? Okay. How about now? Is it fine? So perform these two steps. What is your next step? Amazon, Linux, and after that, Java OpenJDK. So after that, install only Git. Install only Jenkins, because this newer version of Java and this newer version of Jenkins is having a lot of complications. Because previously Jenkins is very stable. You will not get this 404 forbidden error, stapler error. You won't get at the previous time. But on the recent time, after changing this Jenkins new package and updating of Java version 1.8 to 11, we are having a lot of complications here. Okay. So give the same up arrow. Here we need to replace Java OpenJDK 11. So what is your next step then? Install Jenkins. If you follow this document, you will tell the whole steps up to deployment. Okay. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just show you what is the step. You will tell me the automatically, because all these topics we have covered previously. Now we are combining all of them. Previously we have covered it by bits and pieces. Now we are going to it a project. Last class also, if you observe Terraform, everything we have covered, but it's bits and pieces. But at the end we have combined all of them. Same like this as well. So install EPEL is done, Java 11 is done, and finally with what we need to install? Only Jenkins. So sometimes it will take some time. That notes.rpm, it will take some time. So wait for it until it completed. Okay, so Jenkins is, so what is the next step? Okay, so status. I'm not doing anything. Okay, I'm doing status. So is it running now, Jenkins? So I am going to come to the Jenkins dashboard. So go to here and copy the public IP address and paste it over here. You're saying something? Okay, okay. So copy this one. And what does it consist of? Password. So give cat and this path. Remember, some people will don't give slash here, and they will say, sir, there is no such file or directory. You need to give that slash, because it is the root path, right? Under root, we are having that path. So to go to that, what we need to do? Where slash we need to give. So Hmm? That's what I am saying. Previous Jenkins is easy to set up, but this newer version is having a lot of dumb things there. It will take a lot of time even to set up. Even for batch 2 on evening, it takes me 45 minutes to set up one day. 45 minutes. But we can't do anything from our end, right? We can't push this bar directly. So we need to wait until it gone. Okay. So give the usernames there. Click on save and continue. Save and finish. So now we will be able to log into the dashboard. So if you see here, step number 1 is done. Step number 2 is, are we clear up to now? So online people, what about you? Are we clear up to now? Because you need to follow these steps. Otherwise, if you miss something, it will be hectic for you to troubleshoot it. Can you reply me in chat? Is it clear for you now? Okay, perfect. So what is your next step? We need to install the plugin. There is a plugin called deploy to var or year container. So you know how to install plugin, right? Tell me how to install plugin. Manage Jenkins. Manage plugins. Available. Search. Give deploy. It's enough. It will get the plugin automatically. Wait a second. Let me give this deploy to var or year container. Sorry, seeing this one. So click on this. Install without restart. So now this plugin is going to install automatically. Okay. So this part is done up to now. Step number 3 is done. And now step number 4, just only install Java. Do nothing there. Okay. By the way, I'll give this document for you. Okay. Don't write the notes. Keep it aside. Okay. I'll give this document. So go to the back top page and we need to connect to the slave. So connect to the slave. CD desktop. Keep here. Go to the browser. So my slave is Swiggy here. Okay. It is my client actually. Sudo yum update -y. So log into the root now. And what we need to do here? Amazon Linux extras install. Before that, I am going to install EPEL. Or if you want to give direct Java, Java hyphen OpenJDK 11. Give this one. Is it installing the Java 11 version? So check, we need to check it because for installation, it is supporting Java now. But for building, we need to again give 1.8 Java version. Okay, I will tell you. Give Java hyphen version on master. Which version it is? Go to here. Java hyphen version. Which version it is? Same. Same version is there and here. Version is 11. Okay. Step number 4 is also. What is step number 5? That means your master and slave connection. Okay. Sir, how to do it? Go to here. dashboard, click on manage Jenkins, manage nodes and clouds. Built-in node is default there, and here we need to click on new node. It is Swiggy. Click on permanent agent, create. So number of executors, give 3, and remote directory I am giving TMP. If you want to use your customized remote directory, you can use it. I have shown it, right? How to use it. So label is I am going to give it as Swiggy, give it as Swiggy. Launch method via SSH, we know. So host means here we need to give what? No, private IP address. Host name -i. Copy this one. And credentials type, there is nothing by default, but we need to add it, right? So click on add Jenkins. So here the kind we are going to use is SSH with private key. Don't confuse SSH with private key. So the default username is EC2-user. And here private key, what we need to give here? PEM file. The content inside the PEM on my desktop. My PEM file is don't use me. So paste it here directly. Okay. But if you are using PPK, okay, and if PPK having here password, use this one for your better understanding. So click on add. So now are you seeing EC2 user credentials? Click on this one. So here we need to select the non-verifying strategy. And here also, no. Bring this agent, I mean, keep this online as much as possible. Okay, usage here I need to check it as only label expression matching. Okay, that's it. Click on save now. It will check now, like it is launching. Let's see what will happen. Is it up and running now? Is my slave connected properly? That's it. So up to this step we are clear, right? 5 steps are done. So after that, what we need to do? Install git in master and slave. So can I use multi-execution mode for better purpose? Because I need to install on both, right? So I'm using multi-execution. So install git-y. So is it clear up to now? Let's recall what are the previous steps. Step number 1 is instances. 2, master and slave. Sorry, Jenkins master setup on master only. And after that, install plugin. 4th step is Java on slave. 5th step is set up an agent in master. So step number 6 is only we have installed git. Okay, so here step number 7 is I need to get the source code. Where I need to get? So go to GitHub account. Here I do have my source code. Okay, it's used by me only. So here you can get this code. For the online people, I am providing this URL for you, and I will mention it on this as well. Okay, directly use this one. Let me give it here as well for your better purpose. So okay, it is your source code link. Okay, so after that, what we need to do? Install Java 1.8.0. So previous version, what we are having? 11, right? But what we need exactly? Why? Because if you want to compile the Maven, it will support 1.8. But for installing Jenkins, what it support? 11. Previously, like exactly 6 months before, okay, both have been supported by 1.8.0. But After like 5 or 4 months before, it is not supporting. It stopped supporting the 1.8.0 version. So here I need to set up it. So there is a command called java config hyphen alternatives. Wait a second. Wait a second. The alternatives. There's a command java hyphen alternatives. Or else let me install this command yum install java hyphen 1.8.0 hyphen openjdk. No, openjdk 11 we know not to give. Okay, 1.8.0. Okay. So before that, what is your Java version currently? But what we are setting it now? So let's check it, like whether 1.8.0 is installed or not. So here, if you see 1.8.0 is setting now. So if you go and see install which version, if you want cross verify Java hyphen version, which version you are seeing now? 1.8.0. So check here as well. Which version is installed? 1. So clear now up to? Sir, why we need to change to 1.8? Because if you want to build with Maven, Maven supports 1.8.0. Okay. And after that, if you go to here, so install Maven in yum install Maven. So here I am going for multi-execution mode. Yum install Maven -y. You can ask me, sir, don't we need repo? We don't need repo. Why we need repo means if you don't have any source code to form the structure, we need repository. But I do have my source code or not. So I don't need any of the repository now. So check the Maven version, MVN. Are you seeing 3.0.5? Is the Java home path 1.8.0? This is the main thing you need to follow, because if the Java version is not updated to 1.8.0 for Maven, Maven is not going to build for you. It will always going to throw you an error. That's it. So up to now, clear for everyone? Okay. So the next command like we need to follow is go to Jenkins and build step. We need to use something called as Maven invoke top level Maven targets. Okay. Here what I need to get clean package. What I need to give? So connect to your GitHub here. Go to the dashboard. First of all, I'm going to create a job. What I'm going to create? Click on new item. So it is Tomcat web app. Freestyle, like pipeline we have seen, right? A lot of times. So I'm going for freestyle now. If you remember pipeline, we have seen for Docker building. Deployment for Docker, we have seen pipeline. But for Jenkins, we are using, sorry, Tomcat, we are using freestyle only. First of all, I'm going to click the Git here and I need to provide here repo URL, right? Because without repo URL, I can't build anything. So repository is on which branch? Click on master and it's public, right? So I need not to give any credentials. So here on the build step, are you seeing invoke top level Maven targets? Click on here. Goal, what we need to give is, if you see this one, clean package. What we need to give? So give for clean package. Click on save now and try to build it. I'm just verifying. I'm not deploying on Tomcat. Actually, what I'm doing is I'm verifying is my build successful or failure. If you go to here, what it is telling for you? Invoke top level Maven target. Sir, why it is failure? No. If you remember on Maven, if you directly give MV and clean, it will provide all the steps from the starting. If you give MV and deploy, it will first of all deploy, test, all these are going to perform on a sequence. But why it failed is, I will change something here, try to understand. I'll explain. Go for build now. Is it performing now? Let's wait till the end. See, you don't have any plugins to install, to test, to deploy. You don't have anything. What it will doing is, let's go for the analysis part. I am going for analysis. I'm not going to build it directly and deploy it. What we are doing is, we are going to analysis. If you go to the top path, first what it has taken is, it has taken the source code from our repository. And after that, it is going to MEN clean package. It is going to execute. If I want to clean package, that means I'm going to get a var file or jar file, anything, right? If I want to get a var file, first of all, it's need to build, right? It's need to compile. So MVN compile needs to be executed. Do we have any compiler plugins? We don't have, but Maven almost takes it. See this one, is it taking the plugin? After compiling, what it will do is MVN test. Have we installed plugin for any testing purpose? It will take automatically. Is it taking from the repository or not? And after that, we are going to create a jar file. Do you have any jar plugin? But this is Maven taking automatically. This is how exactly the real-time things work. Even if you don't have anything, with the help of the goal, Maven is going to take all the things automatically. What it is going to do? It will take all the packages which is required for the project automatically. Okay, if you go till now, it is going to compile, test everything. It is going to perform like this. So finally, what it is going to create is, it is going to create a jar file. What it is going to create? Jar file. Along with jar file, now it will create var file as well. Okay. If you see this one, it is telling that building var file on var leave Jenkins workspace Tomcat web app target. In this target, what we are having? Let's go for this path. Open your mob extra. Go to your master. CD var lib Jenkins workspace Tomcat web app. After that, first of all, let's go to here. We haven't set up any of this, right? But all of this taken from your no from GitHub. But this target comes from the Maven. Go to target. Are you seeing this .var file? This is automatically generated. What it is? Sir, I have target, but where my actual source code is, if you go a directory back, cd cd src, it is what is called as your source code. Are you seeing main and test? Inside there, your source code is going to present. Same the Maven concept, nothing more different here. Same your Maven concept only. Oh. See, main is the folder name. It's not the branch name. If you remember the Maven class, there will be two things. One is main, second one is test. Main will have app.java main, app.test. Have you seen that, right? So same here as well. So after your build is successful, right? What is the step I have changed? First thing I have got failed, but second time it got successful. Why it got it? Yeah, basically I have given first of all caps, but later I have changed it to, well, how to get the multi-execution mode. You can see this, right, Anjaneyulu? You see here multi-execution mode. You can directly get it from here. Okay. So this is the thing how you can get it, and is the thing how you can exit. I hope it is clear for you, Anjaneyulu. So next, up to here is done. So what we are going to set up is, we are going to set up Tomcat. Because if I want to deploy a web application, I need to have an application server. The application server is, it is the path actually, URL path. If you don't know how to get it, I'll guide you. Just type dlcdn apache.org. Go to the T path. You will see Tomcat. Seeing this one, go to here. Select the Tomcat 9 or Tomcat 10. Tomcat 9. Select any of the version. Go for the bin. So are you seeing this tar file now? Copy the link address. It will be enough for you. Okay. The same link I am providing on the document for you. So use this link for the downloading purpose. So sir, how to download this link on Slave? How to download? Wget. Is the Tomcat on your local now? It is on tar format. What is the command to enter? tar-zxvf. ZXVF also fine. Okay, you can do it on multiple ways actually. Is it on tar mode now? So if you go to Apache Tomcat, here there are few scripts you need to install and few files we need to change. Okay, I have written the steps here clearly. I have untarred it and I have go open to the Apache Tomcat folder. Here on the web apps, there is a folder called manager. What we have? So go to web apps, cd web apps. Are you seeing this manager? CD manager. There is a folder called meta-inf. What you will have? Are you seeing meta-inf? Go to meta-inf now. You will find a file called context.html. What you are finding? I need to edit this one because I need to give the Tomcat credentials for login purpose. If I give this slave IP address and port number 8080, I will be logged into Tomcat. To log into the Tomcat, we need some credentials, right? For security purpose. So now we are going to setting up that. But before going to that, are you seeing these two lines, value and allow? Delete these both lines. The thing is done. And after that, we need to go back to one more folder. That is your Tomcat user.xml. What we need to do? Tomcat user.xml. So cd // cd. Wait a second. There is a file called user.xml under ls bin. Startup script is here. Catalin.bat. Okay. Sorry. I need to go to cd-conf. Are you seeing this configuration? So go to cd-conf and here a file called Tomcat user.xml. Edit this file. So go to the bottom. What is the command to go to bottom? Shift G. Okay. Go to the file end. And are you seeing all these three lines, guys? Copy all of these three lines. You can copy like this, or if you want to copy from the command point, YY will copy single line, but give 3 YY. What you are giving? See, 3 lines anchored. That means 3 lines is copied. So come to the bottom and go to the insert mode here. If you press P, it will going to give P only, but we need to go out of insert mode and press P now. Are you seeing this one? So here, these are the default username, guys. What it is? Sir, I don't want default username. I want my separate credentials. What you want? So you can set up like this. First of all, you need to give the role name. And after that, we need to change here. If you observe something, what we are changing here? Manager underscore GUI. And after that, manager underscore script. I will tell you why we need to change this. So here modify like this. Go to the role name and give manager -GUI. And after that, manager underscore. Okay. So here username is Tomcat by default, but password I can change to myself. Which password we can set? Let's go with Pranay. Pranay 123. Okay. Okay. Pranay 123 is the password. So here on the roles, which role you are using to execute this one, guys? Manager GUI and manager script. So I'm using both roles to execute this one, right? So give manager hyphen GUI, comma, and manager. I will give you a clarity. If you observe here, is it script or scripts? So always give script only. Some people will give it as scripts and you will won't find the output by using this. And here I need to remove this space as well. Okay, it's perfect now. So role name we have taken manager GUI and manager script, and after that I have changed it to username Tomcat, password is Pranay123. And the roles I'm using is manager GUI role and another one is script roles. Save this one now. And after that, so now our Tomcat setup is completely done. On real time, remember for every application, if you want to start or stop the application on real time scenario, no matter on which company work, your startup scripts always will be on bin, where it is. Even I have worked on TCS, even I have worked on some other organization, right? For every company, always the script is on which path? Bin path only. Same for Tomcat also, the script is on bin path. If you go for the bin, there will be a script called startup. What we will have? So go to cd dot dot and you will find the bin. Are you finding this bin? Go to this bin now. You will find the startup script path. Not only for this Tomcat application, okay? Every real-time application, your startup scripts will always be on. Are you seeing the startup.sh script? Execute this one, /startup.sh. So now Tomcat application started. Is it started? So are you seeing this one? So Tomcat application is perfectly up and running. So now if the application is perfectly up and running, am I able to access it? Sir, how can we access? Copy the Swiggy public IP address and the port number of Tomcat is 8080. Hit on enter. It will open the Tomcat server now. Are you able to open it? Here there is something called as manager apps. Are you seeing this one? So guys, this is your Tomcat setup completely. Okay, it is this much complicated, but if you use Docker, it will be very, very, very easy when you use Docker. Directly you can take the image from Tomcat and you can run the container. It will be automatically applied there. Okay. So here, after seeing this one, which version we are installed currently? 9.0 version. If you are seeing this, you have successfully installed Tomcat. Okay. So go for the manager apps. Are you using this username and password? What is our username and our password? Pranay123. Click on sign in. If you see here, are you seeing these default things? Okay. Slash means it is a default application path. Docs, it is some of the default application. Example also some of the default applications. Sir, why this application means? It is for servlet and JSP examples. It is a default. Okay. Tomcat will go to provide this default path. But here, what I need to deploy? I need to deploy my web application, right? I need to deploy my web application on where? Tomcat server. Sir, how can I do it? Simple process. Let me ask you a question. If I want to, if I have master and slave, I need to deploy on my slave server. What I need to perform here? What I need to perform? Exactly. Go for the configuration. So here I need to give this restrict where this project run. What is our label name? Swiggy. So give Swiggy. So now this will be deployed on slave. Previously we have done a build. Build is successful on our master. So now I'm deploying it to the slave. Slave means my client. My client is Swiggy. So go for the build now. Here we don't have anything under manager, right? So remember this thing. So go for your build number 3 now. Is it taking the same thing from it? You can ask me, sir, why it is taking? Because we are deploying it on not same server, right? We are using different server. So it is taking one more time. So what it is telling is deployment is successful. Then are we able to deploy on Tomcat? Sir, you have deployed, but where is the output? Just refresh here. Under manager, are you having anything? Refresh here. Now what you will get is web application. Let me refresh this one. Okay, it is taking some time to replicate. Okay, wait for some time. In the meanwhile, I will go to my slave. It is my slave server where this web application var file is going to store. No, not here. Which path we have given default for the slave? TMP, right? So all your artifact is going to store on. Is it storing? Are you seeing this workspace? If you are saving workspace means you are having your artifacts. Are you seeing Tomcat web app? CD Tomcat web app. A small question from my end. Why you are seeing Tomcat web app? No. Actually, there is small logic. I have said it on your Jenkins class as well. What is our job name? No. Job name, man. We go to here. Our job name is Tomcat web app. There is space, right? So here also what we are seeing Tomcat web app. So there we have given space, and here also the space will come automatically. Clear for you know? So if you go for LL now, are you seeing all these files? CD target and give ls. Are you seeing var file here as well? So now your artifact is on. Previously we have built it on master for our verification. So after that we have built it on slave. So now, sir, this artifact is going to very important for us. In real time, how we are going to store artifact is by default your artifact is on Jenkins only. We are not going to give artifacts to the slaves. Okay, we are going to set it on our Jenkins. From Jenkins, we are going to move this artifact to the slaves. Is it moved from Jenkins to slave? Now, if I want to store it, what are our artifactory services? If you remember, have we seen JFrog? Have we seen it? Second artifactory service is S3. Sir, can I upload this var file to S3? Yes, definitely. How to upload that one? But before going to that, let me finish this one, this deployment process. If you go to here, go for the Jenkins console and Tomcat manager. Wait a second, this screen is tracking. Still, are you getting it? No. Why? Because we have deployed, but it is not replicating. Why it is not replicating means here, if you go to the Jenkins, previously we have installed a plugin. What plugin is? Deploy to var or air container. We deployed on a Tomcat server, but not on Tomcat GUI. So replication needs to be done on GUI, right? So go for your settings, go for your invoke top level Maven targets. Are you seeing this one? So this part is done already, so I don't want it. So go to the post build action now. Are you seeing this deploy var or air container? Go to here. What you need to provide here? If we go to this console output or some here as well, let me make it duplicate. I have written it clearly. So now I don't want this one because it is done, right? Already this clean package is executed. So I don't want to execute anymore. Remove this. Give it deploy var or air container. So here I need to add Tomcat. What I need to add? So how we can add the Tomcat means, just go to your console output. I will tell you how to add this. Any of the console output. So go to the bottom completely. Are you seeing this one? Inside target, what you are having? So I am going to take here like this. Here I need to give the exact path. So just see this carefully. your error var file is this one, right? Inside target, what you are having is my web. So context path is also same. Context path I am giving Swiggy. What I am giving? Swiggy. Or if you want, you can give like this. Star.var. What is star.var means? All var files. Okay, and your context path is Swiggy. Sir, on which container you are going to deploy? What we are using here? Tomcat 9. Click on Tomcat 9. By default, remember guys, Tomcat 9 will not be visible for you. You need to go to down. So do you have any credentials? We haven't. So we need to add. Go to Jenkins. And here we are having username with password. So click on username with password. Our Tomcat username is Tomcat only. What is the password for the Tomcat? Pranay 123. After that, add. So now are you having your Tomcat credentials? So here I need to provide the Tomcat URL. So that means on this URL I am going to deploy now. Where I am going to deploy now? On this URL. So go to here. You like this. Paste it over here. Is it fine now? Click on save and see what will happen now. If you click on build, step number 4 is, build number 4 is try to troubleshoot why it got failed. On which step it is failed? Deploying error var container. Why it got failed means, see, exception and AND globe pattern, but saw target star var. If you remember, I will change something here. It is your troubleshooting part, okay? So click on configure again. So go to this path again. So instead of /target, remove this one and give target/1. Click on build now one more time. Why I am telling this is, it is the thing you need to remember your paths. What you need to remember? Paths. I will tell you. Now the console output is why it got successful now. Small step I have changed it. What it is? I have given slash. Forward slash means it need to take from root path. But our target is not on root path, right? So it will go for the root and check for the target. Do you have target on our root path? So it is going to fail like that. Clear? That's the simple troubleshooting we need to learn while we are deploying this. Okay. So now this is completely deployed. If you want to go to the manager, are you seeing anything here newly? What is the context path we have given? Swiggy. Refresh here. Are you seeing Swiggy now? Go to this one. That's it. It is the thing we are going to deploy. On real time also same, but there you are having some front end files, some back end files given by the developer. But here you are having some sample code. Actually, like this code lastly modified by my brother. Let me remodify one more time. Can we use webhook for this? Webhook. It will be much more helpful for, right? So let me give webhook as well. Or if don't give webhook, like I will give this test case for you to use webhook. I will explain normally one more time. Okay. Webhook part is not a mandatory here, but I will give for your practice. I will explain normally. There is no settings. Yeah, like for webhook, if you fork this one, you don't have settings actually. You need to use from my repository, right? You don't, or else try to use PolSCM. Better, right? If not webhook, you can use PolSCM as well. So inside here, we do have target. It's not this one. Okay, let me take input from here, like it is clear for you or not. So go for main web app index.jsp. So now I am modifying this entire path like this. Hi all, good morning. My name is Raham Sheikh. Okay. I am deploying this Swiggy web app. Okay. So now I have changed the source code or not? I have changed the source code. So after changing source code, what I need to do? Commit ABCD Raham commits. Apply commit for it. If I go here and try to build it, is it able to replicate for me the new code? Try it now. Click on build. See what will happen again here. Deployment is, go to here and try to refresh one more time. Is the change replicated? It is not replicated. Why it is not replicated? My first question. That is not. It is already there now. I have committed, right? But the thing is here you haven't built it. What you haven't done it? Without building, how can I deploy? Right? I need to build it, right? So to go for the build, click on configure. So what you need to add is Maven goals. What we need to add? So click on build step, invoke top level Maven targets, clean. Because when you try to use the new code, right, the source code need to be compiled. For compilation, we need to use Maven. If I directly give clean package, that it is going to compile from the scratch. Compile, test, deploy, install, finally clean like this. Click on build now one more time and try to see whether it is replicated or not. Go for the console output. You will see it is getting the plugins one more time. The build is successful. It is going to build on which path? My web. So that means it is going to build on my previous path. Go and refresh now. Change it now. This is how the things work on real time. But on real time, you will never use webhooks because webhook is quite complicated for some environments. So you will deploy manually. If you want some automation, check for PoleSM or webhook like that. Is this project clear for you? Online people, what about you? How the project is? Is it clear or any complicated you are having while using this project? Let me add few steps. I have forgot to add this one here. Let me add here this. I need to use this one. So at last you need to go to this path. Otherwise your web application will won't be deployed. On post build actions, you need to go for what you need to go for? Deploy where or here container. So go to post build actions. Sorry. Post build actions. And after that, deploy to here or where container. And here you need to give the details. That's it. Clear now? If you want to deploy on Zomato client, what you want to deploy? Sir, how can we deploy on Zomato client? If you want, just remove this wiki. What I'm removing? Just give Zomato. Context path, I am saying it or not. Click on save. Click on build now. Okay. So previously you don't have Zomato, right? Here, but you will get your Zomato. So let me refresh this once. Build number 8 is going to run. Build number 8 is successful. So go to the manager part. Do you have any Zomato here? But refresh. Pressing Zomato. Same code or not? If you want to modify the code, you can modify the code. So this is how you can deploy your web application. What it is? Remember guys, if you want to create login page, you can also able to create login page. But that part is not our DevOps engineer part. That part will be taken care by the front-end developers. Okay. Everything what we are seeing is only deployment part. DevOps engineer main role is to deploy. But this web application part, creating, designing is going to taken care by the developers only. From the developers, we will get the URL. From the URL only, we are going to build and deploy everything on the relevant containers. Clear? Okay, let me go with the queries now. So online people, are you having any queries? Good. Okay, have I said IAS for you? IAS. You know, but I haven't covered. Okay, I need to say some more topics for you. That is your real time. Someone wants to go with fake experience, right? So for them, I have prepared some of the documents for you. If you follow the document, no one is going to catch on internet. Okay, no one will going to catch. This part I will cover tomorrow. Along with that, I will cover IAS. What I will cover? Okay. So totally, if you see, let me recall what we have done from the test case point of view. So projects, coming to the projects, our first project is what we have done is Docker on the Docker class itself. After that, we have done AWS code pipeline. It is your project number 2. Project number 3 is Terraform. Project number 4 is Web App Tomcat. It is your projects. And coming to the assignments, I have given assignments on Linux and basic on small topics. After that, I have given assignment on Git as well. Maven I haven't given, Jenkins given, Ansible given, Docker, no task, I have explained directly project. After that, Kubernetes also no task, but on Terraform I have given. So these are the assignments. Total how many assignments? How many? And how many projects? 4 projects. That's it. If you able to do all of this, it will be much more enough for you to crack any interview. Okay. Even for experienced people also, you need to learn some more advanced, but this will be fine enough to crack it. So on tomorrow class, I'm going to take some extra topics that is called as your mostly IAS topic, and for the people who want to go with experience level, I will guide you how to go with. Okay. So tomorrow might be our last class. So online people, so ready for tomorrow. Okay. Regime building also we will cover tomorrow. Na? Regime building I'm going to cover on tomorrow. Okay. Okay, guys, if you are having any queries or if you want to talk me to anything, so I will recommend to come to offline for only tomorrow. Okay, because it is our last class, right? So if you